Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Lane, and today I'm doing a realistic rebuild of the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm confused right off the bat. I was going to do this off screen, but why is Dak Prescott Superstar X Factor? Did that happen during the season? I don't think so. So I'm going to put him back down to who I believe he was Superstar. I'm going to have to look that up. I'll do that off screen, but whoever made this roster I'm using seems a little biased, I would say, but it is what it is. So they have Ezekiel Elliott, who they paid a ton of money. We're probably going to have to keep him for most of this rebuild, unfortunately. I do think he's kind of holding this team back from going further. They had to let him, I don't know if they let him, no, they traded Amari Cooper to the Browns, I believe. And it seems like you'd rather keep Cooper over Elliott, especially when you have Tony Pollard as a backup, who I don't know his contract situation. I'll also look that up off screen. But CeeDee Lamb, receiver number 1. Michael Gallup, receiver number 2. We also have James Washington as a 3, which isn't awful. We have Schultz at tight end. Our right tackle's not great. Our center's not great. Our left guard's not great. But we have Tyron Smith. We have Zach Martin, who are both getting up there in age. Then on defense, of course, we have Parsons, who was an absolute beast last year. So excited to have him on our team. Van Der Esch at middle linebacker. We have Cox at left outside linebacker. At corner, we do have Trayvon Diggs, who typically gets up to X Factor during most of my rebuilds. Of course, he's on my team, so that's not going to happen, but we'll wait and see how that plays out, because he did have a lot of interceptions. I get that. We have Dante Fowler. We have Tristan Hill. Not even going to try to say that name. DeMarcus Lawrence at left end, who's a fantastic player. We have Lewis at corner. We have Hooker. We have Curse at safety. Realistically, we have to work on the offensive line. Probably get another weapon for Dak Prescott, a tight end potentially. And then on defense, some corner help, definitely. And then probably a better right end. So when I did my rebuild with the Washington football team or the Washington Commanders, the Dallas Cowboys went off every single year. Now, we did make the playoffs. We won our division, but we're 9-8, tied with the said football team. So we're going to have to see how this is going to go. Of course, when I'm not the team, they do fantastic. When I am the team, they do awful. We're playing against the 10-7 Minnesota Vikings. If that's not a game that I'm going to lose right away, when I shit on Kirk Cousins all the time, there's no other game. Dak Prescott, 4,600 yards, 32-17. I do think he's a little overhyped, and it depends on what he has around him for weapons. That's why I would have kept Amari Cooper around. We'll see next year, of course. But Elliott, 1,400 yards, 6 touchdowns, 8 for Pollard, 2 for Prescott. Washington leading the team in yards. Wow. 1,300 yards, 8 touchdowns. So maybe we don't need a receiver. We are going to have to pay him, though, I imagine. CeeDee Lamb, 1,211 touchdowns. Awesome. I just couldn't believe he fell to their pick. I believe he was 18th when he got picked. Gallup, 81 catches, 1,000 yards, 4 touchdowns. Schultz with 9. On defense, Van Der Esch, 126. Sack totals, 12.5 for Lawrence, 10 for Parsons. Interceptions, 4 for Trayvon Diggs. Good. It's not 11 or whatever he got last year, but we'll take it. 3 for Van Der Esch, 2 for Wilson, and 1 for Anthony Brown. Kyler Murray, MVP. Interesting. I do want to see the Cardinals. Maybe I'll do them soon with Hollywood Brown, Hopkins. Of course, you don't have Christian Kirk anymore. He got paid a ton of money to go to Jacksonville. Jackson, McCaffrey, Kamara, Mahomes. We're not going to be up there. Jalen Hurts is. Coach of the Year, actually was. I feel like Prescott should be up there. He's not. Coach of the Year, Matt Rule. We're not going to be. Oh, no, we are up there at 9-8. It's just very strange. Offensive player, Kyler Murray. I mean, he had to have done better than Wentz. Defensive player, Aaron Donald. That's going to be probably this whole rebuild. Offensive rookie, nothing. Defensive rookie, Micah Parsons, good. And not going to try it. The only player I really want to see is Parsons, who does have Superstar X Factor, 93 overall. Pretty good way to start off. So we're going to work an outside linebacker, offensive line. But first comes first, or first things first, however you say it. Can we beat Kirk Cousins? The answer is probably not, but I hope we can. To the divisional round. We did beat them 28-7. Now we're playing the Packers, who have nobody to throw the ball to, other than what, Sammy Watkins, which, is that really somebody to throw the ball to? Debatable. We did beat them 27-24, and now we have to play Sam Darnold. Of course, really, we have to play Christian McCaffrey, but we're playing the Carolina Panthers to the Super Bowl, and we made it year 1. Okay, 13-4 Indianapolis Colts of Matt Ryan. Sounds like he's going to, lay an egg. Maybe choke it away. Top of the game. And away we go. Let's see if we can score first. That'd be fantastic. We're up 3-0, 10-0. Looks like Matt Ryan's laying an egg. 17-0, 17-7. We're already in. Oh, no, we're not in the second half. We're in the second quarter. It's 20-14, so they are catching up. I'm a little concerned. 27-14, 28-14, 28-17. It might have been that in the first place. We're in the fourth quarter. We're up by 15. I mean, this game is all but over, and we're Super Bowl champions right off the bat. I wish Prescott would never run like that ever again, and now he's on the sideline. It doesn't really make a ton of sense. But we're Super Bowl champions, and we'll take that. Yeah, you get off the field. Get out of here. Take a look at the stats. Matt Ryan, 321, 2-1. Prescott, 301 with 2. Elliott, 2 touchdowns, 113. Of course, we do have a great running back. Touchdown Gallup, Lamb, Michael Pittman, who I like a lot. You love seeing just those random names at the bottom. But we won 35-20, and you imagine the Super Bowl MVP. It's going to be Dak Prescott. It probably should be Ezekiel Elliott, but we'll see. It is indeed Dak Prescott. Leighton Vander Esch is going to be a free agent. James Washington, I almost have to bring back. We do have a decent amount of money. We don't want to throw it all away, signing our own players back, even though technically that is okay. Cooper Rush, of course, year 1 in free agency, not much is going to be there. Let's give 5 years to Vander Esch. Good. And I don't think I guess at 26 years old, we'll increase the money a little bit. 5 years, probably not the most realistic thing. But if I give him 4 years, 5 years, really, what's the difference other than a year? I don't know. All the usual suspects will be here, right? Brady's there, Gronk, Beckham, Gordon, McCourty. I don't really see anybody, even though Ronnie Harrison would be a lot of fun. And I kind of want to bring him in, but I think we're just going to pass. Let's go to the draft. I don't know how great this guy's going to be at pick 32, but there's not much left for first round talent. So we're going to start at the offensive line, which I did want to focus on. Vernon Savage, who does have hidden development, 89 strength. Okay, so Savage is a 70. The outside linebacker, I took McDonald, 68, which is not great. Then I took a strong safety in Sparks, 65. Not the best draft, but we did have the 32nd overall pick in every single round. You know, the more I look at our offensive line, I don't know if we really need to work on it. Baez is young, Smith is young, Steele is technically young, but I was hoping for maybe like star development at some of these positions, but Zach Martin, I believe, must be like 32, 31. I think he'd be 32 in real life if we went a year into the future. So CeeDee Lamb, superstar development, which is great. Elliott and Prescott, still a superstar. Of course, I turned regression off. Then on defense, we lost... what's his name? Why is his name? Not Dave Fowler. He's gone. So we have Williams starting 75 overall. And other than that, the defense is exactly the same. I didn't know we had Carl Joseph on our team. Oh, it's Kelvin Joseph. That makes more sense. To the playoff. Made the playoffs again. First round bye. We also beat the Minnesota Vikings 28-21 in week 18, which I love to see. Eagles 10-7. The Giants 9-8. And the football team 5-12. Let's take a look at the stats. Ooh, Prescott. That's what I'm talking about. 4,700 yards, 46-6. Probably, I want to say MVP, but they probably give it to a guy with like 5,000 yards and one more touchdown. So maybe, but 70% completion. Elliott, 1,700 yards, 16 touchdowns. Pollard with 12 is going to be a free agent. Receiving, do we not have any of those? There we go. CeeDee Lamb, 1,400 yards on 104 catches, 15 touchdowns. Washington playing out of his mind. 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns. Of course, he's probably in the slot. Gallup, 1,200 with 10. Schultz with 6. On defense, Vander Esch, 119. Sack totals, 10 for Lawrence, 9 for Parsons. A bit of a drop-off. Interceptions, 3 for Donovan Wilson, 3 for Jordan Lewis, 2 for Clark, 2 for Vander Esch. Diggs, that's probably supposed to be the only thing you're good at. We're first in offensive yards, which is fantastic. What about defensively? 13th. I mean, defense isn't our strong point. I get it. Jonathan Taylor beats us out for MVP. That really hurts. And Elliott's not even up there. Coach of the year, we're going to take it home. NFC offensive player, Prescott at 1. Elliott at 9. I feel like he should be way higher than that. Jacoby Brissett. Defensive player, Chase Young. Donald's at 5? Yikes. Parsons 8. Lawrence 9. Offensive rookie, nothing. Defensive rookie, nothing. So we don't know the development for Savage. He is up to a 72 without the morale boost, but Lamb's at 96, Prescott 96, Elliott 98. Offensive line. Actually, is that Smith? Smith's up to an 80. I thought it's a 90 for a second. I was going to say, what happened? Parsons already a 99 overall. That's kind of crazy. 90 for Diggs, 93 for Lawrence. All right, let's find out who we're going to be playing. We beat the Packers once. We could beat them again, especially when they're 9-8. Get us to the conference championship. It almost is like it's fate. Let's take down the Minnesota Vikings again. Don't give the Minnesota Vikings fans any satisfaction. They beat us. That's disappointing. And then they lost to the Broncos 35-21. Really? Russell Wilson, Super Bowl MVP? I want to see how close we were to winning our game. I'm hoping it's not totally embarrassing. 34-31. Was it at the end? I guess not really. It's just because they scored 7, we scored 3 in the first quarter, basically. Player stats, they have Brady. That makes more sense. 323 touchdowns. Kirk Cousins sitting on the bench. Poor Chumpy. Dalvin Cook, 91 touchdowns. 2 for Prescott, 1 for CJ Ham. CeeDee Lamb, 110, 2 touchdowns. Jefferson, 104 with 2. Touchdown for Osborne. It's unfortunate. We have $31.3 million. We have to let Tony Pollard go, unfortunately. Malik Hooker, yeah, that's so cheap. We'll bring him back. $3 million a year, 1.92 signing bonus. Donovan Wilson had led the team in interceptions, but I'm not interested. Javon Curse, no. Tristan Hill's the number 1 defensive tackle, so, I mean, for that money, I don't want to go that. I want to increase the money a little bit. But 5 years, $30 million, that's nothing. Anthony Brown, no. Terrence Steele. I think we're going to go with no because we have Savage, unfortunately. Connor McGovern, we're going to let him go at the same time. Will Grier, though, we could bring him in. Don't really want to, but we could. We have $22.4 million. We need a safety. Look at that. Lamar, Terry McLaurin, DK Metcalf. That would be such a move for the Cowboys to make to bring in a receiver. We're not going to do that, though. And look at that. We have Lamb X Factor. We have Elliott X Factor. Amos. I actually like the idea of Amos for 1 year. I wish Montez Sweat had a very low offers. Let's go 1 year for Adrian Amos. He probably won't take that, but maybe we can get lucky one time. JJ Watt would be fun for a year too. I don't think we're going to do that either. Nate Davis, Conklin and Jonah Williams. It looks like Savage has star development, so we could keep him there. I want to bring in another corner, but Lewis is up to up to star. You know what? Let's bring in Greedy. Let's get a little greedy, bring in Greedy. Can we make little jokes like that? Cringe-worthy jokes? I guess we can. But it is cringe. I get it. I get it. Bring in my players, please, and thank you. Let me do it again. Thank you. I've been looking around at pick number 30, and the only 2 players I really like, I like Walker, but we're not going to go offensive lineman. It's either Devlin the end, because he has a tackle. Yeah, his physicals are great. Everything about him seems great. I'm not even going to show you the other guy. Let's go Devlin. Normal development, which is surprising, but A tackle, B stamina, B pursuit, B player rec, B injury. Everything else is probably going to be awful, but that looks great. So Devlin ended up being a 74 overall. Then I tried to right tackle as a 62. Maybe we got to lean away from these offensive linemen. A bunch of middle of the road players, which isn't that bad, even though they're not in their 70s. They're never going to see the field, don't get me wrong. But not a bad draft. Prescott back up to X Factor. Very surprising. We're an 88 overall team, so we have 3 X Factors in offense, 3 superstars. Even Washington's up to superstar, playing out of his mind. Then on defense, Lawrence is up to superstar X Factor. We have Williams, who I guess we're going to let start over Devlin. Maybe Devlin does a little bit better this year and we could start him. Seems unlikely, but maybe we can get lucky one time. And then our corners, we have, you could argue 5 because a 72 for a 5th guy is not that bad. But let's go to the playoffs. Let's see if we can make it again. A wild card spot at 8 and 9. On what planet? We're playing Green Bay again. We beat them 2 times in the past, but the football team who just had the first overall pick, now we're 10 and 7. Doesn't make sense. Eagles 7 and 10 and the Giants 4 and 13. Take a look at the stats. Prescott, 4,600 yards. I was excited, but 20 and 15? Why? Because he launched Terrence Steele as his right tackle. Elliott 22 touchdowns, 1,600 yards. Probably the reason we're 8 and 9. Lamb 1,400 yards, 5 touchdowns. Washington 1,200 with 6. Gallup about 1,000 with 2. Schultz 2. Elliott with 4. On defense, Van Der Esch 128 tackles. 13.5 sacks for Lawrence. 10.5 for Parsons. Devlin 1.5. Actually did beat out Sam Williams, so we'll start him next year. Jordan Lewis 2 interceptions. Same for Greedy Williams, Amos, Van Der Esch. A lot of ones. We're 7th in offensive yards just because of our running back. I feel like our defense might be better. Yeah, I was not expecting that. Just because of Amos and Greedy Williams, maybe. Baker Mayfield MVP, Elliott at 2. All right, I don't know about that. Coach of the Year, Matt Rule. I mean, we have no business being up there. Offensive player, Christian McCaffrey, Baker, then Elliott. Defensive player, Aaron Donald, back to where he belongs. There's Micah Parsons at 5. Offensive rookie, Dan Duggan. Must be a rookie quarterback. Actually, one of our guys was up there. I don't know who Darren Watkinson is. Probably a running back. Dwayne Thompson. They have offensive and defensive rookie of the year. Makes a ton of sense. Not really. Let's see if we take down the Green Bay Packers, though. They are 11-6, so if we lose that, it does make sense. Yes. 21-10, unfortunately. I don't know what changed from last year to this year. We lost our safety. We lost Tony Pollard, I guess. But that can't be it. Rodgers 229 with a touchdown. Prescott 183 with a touchdown. Elliott 71 yards. Doolittle with 2 touchdowns. What? N'Keal Harry 8 for 101. When? When has he ever done that? Touchdown for Schultz, touchdown for Doolittle, who did it all. We did lose to the champs. The Green Bay Packers beat the Colts 21-15. Preston Smith, Super Bowl MVP. I believe it said we had $95 million in cap space, and well, this is why. Let's pay 5 years, a lot of money to CeeDee Lamb. He's back. Tyron Smith, I feel like, is one of those players we just got to keep on the team, you know? So let's increase the money to 47.7. He's back. DeMarcus Lawrence, Trayvon Diggs, you know they'll just pay. They're not going to let him go. Even though he's not the best corner in the world, he gets all kinds of stats. And we just know, what is the name? Why is the name of the owner? Jerry Jones. I don't know why that blanked in my mind. You know he cares about that big time. Michael Gallup. I actually think I'm going to pass on Michael Gallup, even though he is a 90 overall, because he's not really doing that great. We have James Washington doing way better than him. Tyler Baez, I don't know how to say his name exactly. I think that's it, though. Tyler Smith. 23 years old. That's a lot of money to be making at 23 years old. Sam Williams can go. Gallimore, I'd like to bring back. We're really not going to have any money. I guess that's kind of expected when you have to pay all your good players. Damone Clark, no. It would really just be one of these two. Oh, and DeMarcus Lawrence. How did I forget about that? All right, looks like you're getting franchise tagged. Enjoy it. So we skipped over free agency. We didn't have any money for that, but we're going to take left outside linebacker Andrew Torres. Hidden development, love it. 84 strength. So we're going to have Devlin on the edge, or on the end. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. We're going to have Torres. I like that. This is a great draft. I took Torres in the first round, 72. Then I took Bessler, who has 94 speed receiver, 74 overall. He could be our number 3 behind James Washington. We have, I want to say Hillhouse 64, which isn't great. But McDougal, 71 overall, normal development. He just seems like a solid corner to have on our team. So we are an 88 overall team. Bessler's not even going to see the field, which is unfortunate because the computer drafted Trap must have been last year. I didn't even notice. It's up to a 75 with no star development, sorry. But we have all the major names, the major players on the offense. On defense, do not want Cox starting. I can promise you that. We're going to end up cutting him. Devlin starting at right end, which is perfect. This is really good. We ended the season at 16-1. I don't know if I've ever seen that in Madden 22. That might be the first for me. But Giants 12-5, football team 4-13, the Eagles 3-14. I just wonder who we're going to lose to, because you know we're going to end up losing. We're 16-1. Prescott 4,800 yards, 40-6, probably going to get robbed of another MVP by McCaffrey. Elliott, or by Elliott maybe, 1,800 yards, 24 touchdowns, 12 for Peterson as the backup. Lamb, come on, what's going on right now? About 1,800 yards, 17 touchdowns. Tolbert, out of nowhere, 1,100 yards with 11. Washington, 900 with 6. Bit of a drop-off. Is my guy up here? He is, but he didn't catch a ball. On defense, Van Der Esch 113, 101 for Greedy Williams. Sack totals 21.5, sorry, for Micah Parsons. 9.5 for Lawrence. Devlin with 4. Torres with 22 tackles and an interception. 3 interceptions for Van Der Esch, Diggs, McDougal. That's the rookie. Love that. How are we not first in offensive yards? That just seems insanity. 12th in defensive yards. Who is it going to be? I hate this game. I hate it so much. We're 16-1, and we get no respect. Coach of the year. Hey, at least we won that. Offensive player, still no respect. 3-4. Defensive rookie, Micah Parsons. Okay, we got defensive player. We'll take that. Offensive rookie, nothing. Defensive rookie, McDougal at 6. Pounds, Torres, 9-10. Look at that. Our quarterback, running back, number 1 receiver, all 99 overalls. You love to see that. The offensive line just humming along, keep doing its thing. Torres up to a 77. McDougal's a 74. Devlin 79. I'm feeling good. Let's find out who we're playing. Here we are again. The Minnesota Vikings. They're 9-8 this time around. They probably don't have Tom Brady, but they could. We beat them 35-14. This would be a huge conference championship. Cowboys, Giants. Even I'd like to see that. Let's see if we make it to the Super Bowl. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I don't even really want to look, but I have to know. 28-14 to who? What? To Tua? Oh, no. Touchdown for Barkley. Touchdown for Norton. Gilliam. Prescott. Galladay. Washington touchdowns. This is, I'd like to have that one back, you know? And they don't even beat the Steelers. Why? They lost 28-25. TJ Watt, Super Bowl MVP. It's aggravating. Very aggravating. I mean, this is going to be easy enough. We're bringing back Micah Parsons. We're bringing back Prescott. We're bringing back Zach Martin. We're bringing back DeMarcus Lawrence. Not bringing him back. I didn't even really, anybody else down there know? Oh, Ian Bunting. I don't think we really have any money to throw around other than these players. But I'm going to do these guys. If anyone denies us, I'll let you know. Well, found one. Now we're going to stick around. Because now we're at the point where if somebody turned us down, we're going to have a decision of a lifetime. I guess not really, because I'd rather Parsons over these two. I was going to say Prescott over Parsons. You'd probably lean Prescott, unfortunately, so Zach Martin's going to be gone. And you know DeMarcus Lawrence is going to turn us down. Right? Yeah. I mean, the only thing that makes sense, Parsons, which is a very cheap contract because he's outside linebacker, which he'd be getting paid a lot more money than that. Let's go to free agency, try to pick maybe Zach Martin back up if we can. Maybe even Lawrence at the same time. $65 million, though, that's plenty of money. Well, Joe Mix is up there. I mean, we need Zach Martin back. Let's just be honest with ourselves. If it's going to cost a lot of money, we'll just do it. 135 points, that's going to be good. Nick Bolton, I wish we needed that. Bakhtiari, Aaron Donald would be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Especially because DeMarcus Lawrence is way down there. Aaron Donald's older than DeMarcus Lawrence? I did not know that. Is that embarrassing to admit? Probably. 96.8 for Aaron Donald. I know he's talking about retiring in real life, but still very surprised. I almost want to go Rondell Moore just for the fun of it. I think all three of them will take our offers. Yeah, definitely. And all of them are back on my team. Well, one's back. The other two are on my team. We need a safety desperately. They say top fit is the Dallas Cowboys, and this guy seems pretty good. You know, elite speed. Let's take him. Hidden development. Love it, love it, love it. Even though other than away awareness doesn't look fantastic, of course, we don't know his most important traits, but we'll ignore that. Ridley, who we got at the 30th pick, is a 77 overall. That's like, I never understand how that happens. I understand safety's not like a hot position. But let's see, there's 2 players so far better than my guy. 3 players so far. There's 3 players, okay, running back's the same as mine. 4 players, 5 players defensive tackle, but not much up there that are better than my player, who I got as the 30th overall pick. Oh, no. I didn't realize that Smith retired. That's kind of unfortunate. I mean, we can have Savage over at left tackle, and our right tackle won't be the biggest deal. That hurts, though. Prescott's down to a 94. Elliott's down to a 98. But we're an 89 overall team with a 92 offense. We just went 16-1. This is our final season. Ridley is starting at safety. Torres ended up having star development. I mean, our team's pretty good all around. Let's go to the playoffs. Of course, we made the playoffs again. I shouldn't say, of course, this game's awful, so maybe I could have missed it. But we're 13-4. We're playing against the 8-9 Los Angeles Rams. Eagles 8-9, the football team 7-10, and the Giants 6-11. Let's see how bad Prescott did. I got a feeling he did bad. Maybe not. 4,300 yards, 38-11, 71% completion. He did great. Elliott, 1,900 yards, 19 touchdowns. Peterson from 12-9 this year. CeeDee Lamb, 1,300 yards, 16 touchdowns. What happened to the 17-17? Moore, 1,100 yards with 7. Washington, 800 with 8. Schultz with 4 touchdowns. On defense, Van Der Esch, 103 tackles. Sack totals, 12 for Parsons, 8.5 for Donald, 4.5 for Hill. And interceptions, 4 for Van Der Esch, 4 for Diggs, 3 for McDougal, 2 for Hooker, and 1 for Devrin Hamlin? Hamlin just sounds familiar because of Better Call Saul. But Devrin, that's, I've never seen that name before. Patrick Mahomes MVP. Prescott at 7, Elliott at 8. Coach of the Year, Thomas Peters. We're at number 3, though. NFC offensive players, McCaffrey. We have Elliott at 4. We have Prescott at 6. Defensive player. Where's Donald? Offensive rookie, Rudy McCoy. Nothing. Defensive rookie, Ridley at 5. Good. The only thing I really want to look at is our safeties development, Ridley star development. Can't be too upset about that. Can't have superstar X Factor every single year. Solid team all around. Let's take down the Rams. Hopefully they're not going to get revenge because we stole their, their best defensive player maybe of all time. Maybe that's a little much, but he's up there. Top 5 for sure. Took him down 35-10. Could we make it to the conference championship by beating the Seattle Seahawks? Easy 28-3. Is this going to be the easy Super Bowl run of all time? Now that I say that, we're going to lose to McCaffrey and Baker Mayfield. But that's besides the point. Yeah. I mean, was there anything more obvious that we're going to lose that? They have McCaffrey. McCaffrey's the best player of all time. I'd like to see what would happen if you just took him out of the game. Just non-existent. It'd probably be the best time of all time. Best time of all. Yeah, that makes sense. The Chiefs beat the Panthers 31-25. Chris Jones. You don't see that often. Defensive tackle, Super Bowl MVP. We will be looking at that. Prescott 271, 2-1. Mayfield 270, nothing. McCaffrey touchdown. Elliott, Hubbard, Pippen receiving. Lamb 107 with a touchdown and not there. Touchdown for Doug Holmes. I have to go find, what was it, the Panthers or the Chiefs? I just went past the Chiefs. Postseason 31-25. So Mahomes was 302 touchdowns, 126 rating. McCaffrey had a touchdown, so the running backs did nothing. Sky Moore 135, 2 touchdowns for Kelsey. Let's see this legendary game by Chris Jones. 2 sacks. All right. Okay. It doesn't compute in my head, but I guess I'll just have to ignore that. Let's go take one final look at our team before we end this video. I think we just have a solid team all around. For sure. But that's going to be it for this video. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, and come back for more. I'll see you next time.